Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Moving on with my Halloween inspired resin. I am going down what I want to call a romantic Halloween route. I'm not sure that's the right term for it, but I saw this gorgeous technique on the Resin 8 TikTok page and I really want to try it. So I am using my favourite Trinket tray moulds. I'm still obsessed with these guys and they last so well. I will have them linked down below in my Amazon storefront. I'm also using Resin 8 pigments, pink and grey, and I'm using clear resin with some foil mixed in. Bit of everything. I'm also testing whether we can use mica powder on the back of tattoos. You would have seen my previous tattoo videos, but this was a question I had, so I'm going to test it out today. These are such gorgeous tattoos. Now I've chosen my favorite 3, but this is the pack that I got from Amazon. Again, it's linked down below. Some incredible tattoo designs in here. They are tattoos for your skin, temporary tattoos, but they do the job with resin. And this is a pack of tons, and I think it cost around $6-7.99, but I will have it linked down below. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the clear protective film that is on each of these tattoos and simply turn them over and place them down onto your mould wherever you fancy. Now, you don't have to do it this way round. You can actually pour your resin and put them in after demold. But either way, these trays will need a top coat of resin because the tattoos remain somewhat sticky, as does the clear film. I could not get this off my hand for quite a while. So the resin does pick the tattoos up off the mould perfectly, beautifully, but they still need a top coat. So whichever way around you do it, whether you put the tattoos in first or after, you will still need a top coat. But I'm going to go through that all with you in this video and I'm going to finish them off with their feet and they will be ready for sale. So next I'm going to go in with a damp cloth and I'm just going to wet the back of the tutu. I'm going to wet the back of the tattoo just as you would if you were applying them to your skin. It is exactly the same principle. And then you're just going to peel them off gently. You can slide them off or you can peel them off, but either way, just be a little bit careful. The one thing I did notice, which I didn't notice at first, was that each of the tattoos has this little serial number on. I don't want that on my tray, so as soon as they'd dried, I just went in with some tape and I got them off. Really straightforward. You just want to be careful that you don't touch the tattoo with the tape because it will just take your tattoo straight off. How many times have I said tattoo? Anyway, now is the time to try this mica powder. Now, this is the chameleon powder from Resin Detra Supplies. I will link her Instagram down below. And of course, I'll put way too much on because I did, and that's that. But I'm just putting it in the places where I really want it to show through. And at this stage, it's got a rose gold tint to it, and I love it. And I figured I'd put it on the back of the rose on this tattoo, but also on the moth on this one. Now that rose was already tinted pink in the tattoo, so I didn't need it. So here are the colours: Fossil Grey, Vintage Rose. I already know after using this for the first time, Fossil Grey is now my favourite Resin 8 pigment. I am obsessed with it. I love it. And I thought I'd give you a little bit of a slow-mo, you know, being all arty, on this rose. The way it went into the resin and when I started stirring, it actually looked like a rose. I'm not sure that's coming through on camera, but let me know if it is. I had to go a little bit slow-mo for you and yeah, get creative. But here, back to normal speed and I am mixing it thoroughly. Make sure your pigments are thoroughly mixed, otherwise they can be sticky in places and you'll get dollops. We don't want dollops. So here I am. I'm going to start by putting in the clear and foil mix. Now, I can tell you right now in advance, I should have made way more of the foil mixture. I made way too much pink, just the right amount of grey, but I should have made way more of that foil. Yeah, the video I saw on Resin 8's TikTok was they made a pot. So they were just pouring it in layers. So they were going with the pink with another colour and then with the foil. And it just came out like this absolutely stunning, blended, wispy effect. A little bit different in trays because they're laying flat. But I figured I would try the technique anyway. And yeah, at this point, I already knew I really should have made way more clear. But here I am, I'm just pouring it in little sections, and then I go in with the pink and then take out some debris because what's a Claire video without debris? And yeah, then I pour the pink and meld it all together. So the pink and the grey, they blended a little bit. They blended in a nice wispy way that I was kind of expecting them to. Again, resin has a mind of its own and resin does what resin wants. But it was at this point I realised it was pushing that clear resin and the foil out of the picture. Like, goodbye, clear resin. So yeah, if you're doing this technique, I would definitely do maybe 60% clear with the foil and then, 40% on whichever other colours you want. But I still absolutely adore the results. So demold time, but before that I have to just do a shameless little plug. If you didn't already know, I am now doing this full time. I quit my job back in July, so I've had some books published through Amazon, and they are order books for your small business. So if you are a resin artist or any kind of artist really, I have one for Woodturners as well. I also have a generic one that is non-specific to any craft. They are my own photos from my own work on top of the books, and I love them. I've already sold quite a few resin ones. They will be linked down below if you're interested. So that's my little shameless plug out of the way. Back to the demold. The backs are nice and smooth. I was worried about the foil rising up. Maybe they'd be a little bit lumpy, but luckily we got away with it. But here I am just demolding the first one, and I have to say, I'll go silent, but oh, I absolutely love it at this point. I am so happy that the pink ended up on the back of the tattoo. I mean, if the back of the tattoo ended up being clear, I don't think I would have liked it as much, which is why I pretty much kept the clear to the ends, to the top and the bottom. But look at this. I have to say, the mica powder didn't really show. I have done a video using glitter glue paint that does show, but the mica powder I think just got pushed out of the way. I think the resin pretty much just soaked it up and there wasn't enough to stay there. But this one is also gorgeous. I'm definitely not seeing the clear like I wanted to. Again, the mica powder kind of disappeared. You can see it just on the outside of the rose there, but in the rose, I feel like it disappeared. Now you will see holes in the surface of these. That is where there are air bubbles trapped inside the tattoos. But I am going through the whole process in this video. I think this one is my absolute favourite. That rose was already pink on the tattoo before I put it in the tray, so it just worked. And yeah, the clear kind of floated, and yeah. Anyway, I didn't get the results I was hoping for. However, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this technique. I absolutely love it. I also have some leftovers, so that will be the next video. We will be using all the leftovers in the next video, which will be out Wednesday. And here we are top coating. So this is straight after demold. This is Glass Cast 3, which is designed for thin coats. And this is all we need to do when we top coat. Now, I don't think I've shown this in a video before, and I often get questions on how I top coat these trays, how much resin do I put in these trays, and truly it's up to you. If you want them to act as a trinket tray that will hold things in, you just want enough to cover the surface. You just don't want to fill it up. If you fill it up, it's no longer really a tray. Things will just slide off. But I put minimal in, and then I pick the tray up, tilt it round until it pretty much goes to every single edge, and that is pretty much it. But what I often do is I do this first. So I lift it up, I hold it to the point where I can see that every single part is covered. I blast it with my heat tool, and then I just add a little bit more resin, just for good measure. I just add a little bit more resin. What we don't want to happen is we don't want it to come away from the edges, which I have had happen in the past. I've gone to top coat, haven't put enough in, and it pulls away. We all know that resin seeks to be in the center of a piece and sometimes can pull away from the edges. and that's what happened. So with these trays, I just put a generous amount in, making sure that I've still got a generous 2-3 mil lip. So it's still a tray, but this resin is going to serve two purposes. It's going to seal those tattoos in because those tattoos remain sticky after demold, and it's going to cover all of those ugly holes that you saw on the close-up of the video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to do the same to all three. Put some resin in, make sure it's gone around all the edges, lay it down flat, and then hit it with my heat gun just to get any excess air bubbles out of that resin, because I want a super shiny finish. And lastly, my favourite tattoo. Look at that rose. Oh my gosh, it complements the vintage rose colour from Resin 8 so well. I wish I could buy a bundle of tattoos with just one design, because the whole bundle I got, like, I probably won't use some of them because they're not really my cup of tea. But if I could get 100 tattoos of this design, oh my gosh, I would be so happy. Anyway, let me know at this point which tattoo is your favourite. And yeah, hopefully I'm helping you with some tips and tricks here. One last blast of the heat gun, I'm going to cover them with a lid. So this is going to keep them completely protected from any debris that might fall in overnight. And here is the finished result. I'm purposely putting it into the glare so you can see the glossy top coat. I absolutely love them, and they are now good to go. This one is so pretty. I wish the mica powder kind of worked, but it's okay that it didn't. I'm going to try some new techniques as well and see what I can do with it. But to finish them off, I'm going to use my 3M rubber dots. I use these on absolutely everything, and then just put 4 on each tray, and they are good to go. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these, Etsy have just failed me, guys. Etsy just removed 48 items from my Etsy because they have not sold in 4 months. I didn't even know Etsy did that, so I've pretty much lost my entire inventory. They're still there. They are still there. I can re-upload them at 20 pence per item. So I'm throwing a tantrum. I'm not gonna lie, I'm throwing a tantrum. So I'm just gonna not do that for a while. But if you are interested in these, please let me know and contact me via Instagram. And there you are. Trinket tray all done. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what colours you would do. And I hope you've loved it as much as I have, because I'm obsessed. I've got more of these coming, I'm afraid, a lot more. So I've got another video Wednesday and then one out next Saturday, which is going to, hopefully, fingers crossed I've not demolded it yet, be a stunner. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.